Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alexis. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, as you can tell by today's title, I will be talking about my do's and don'ts of study abroad. So for those of you that don't know, which I don't know how you wouldn't because I've literally made this my entire personality, I studied abroad in England, spring semester. So end of January to end of May. I was living in England for like 5 months, and I just came up with a list of do's and don'ts, 5 for each. Okay, so let's just get right into it. First of all, I want to say these are all my opinion. It's not going to be the same for everyone, love, but listen, these are just what I came up with, okay? I'm going to start with a don't because this is the most important to me. Okay, number 1. Don't let other people affect your decision to go. Now, that's not saying like your parents, whoever, your guardian, listen. Yes, you were an adult if you were in college, but you should still respect your parents. If they don't want you traveling to the other side of the globe, maybe don't do it. That's just a personal thing. But what I'm saying in that one really is I didn't really know anyone going, like when I saw my list of classmates, but I didn't let that affect my decision. I was like, listen, this is just what I need to do for myself. I don't need to know anyone going there. I'm sure like they're all great people. This is an experience that I don't want to miss out on, even if I'm not going with anybody that I know. And in the end, I think that worked out better for me, that I didn't really know anyone I was going with, because it gave me an opportunity to really just have like peace with myself, like patting myself on the shoulder, because I'm a homebody. If you know me, you know this. I don't really go out that much. I love to stay at home. I love my family. So this was a hard decision for me, leaving not just the state, but the whole country, going to a whole other continent that was a 5-hour time difference with my parents. Huge decision. But I'm so glad that I did, because these are memories I will never ever forget. So that is rule number 1 of the don'ts. Don't let other people affect that decision. If you have friends that are like, oh, don't leave us, you'll see them when you get back. There's FaceTime, there's WhatsApp, there's iMessage, there's Zoom. There's many things you can do to communicate with your friends back in the States. Don't let anyone sway your decision. If you want to go, go. Okay, next. Number 1 for the do's. Try new things, man. I know, like, that's probably what everyone is going to say to you, but it's so true. This is really your time to experience a different culture, try different things you probably normally wouldn't, such as beans on toast. Would I ever in a million years do that, living in America? Probably not. Did I try it while I was in England? Of freaking course, because I had a full English, and it was good. Don't know if I would put that into my daily regimen, but it was worth a shot. And I'm normally not a huge party person, but going out to the different clubs and pubs while I was over there was so much fun. Really tied me closer to the students I was there with. So I'm so glad I did try new things. I also got a little spontaneous. On my last trip to London, I was like, alright, I feel like getting an ear piercing. What did I do? Got an ear piercing right in here, conch. It hurt like a mother, but I'm so glad I did it, because you only live once, man. You are only there for a certain amount of time, and you have to make the most of it every single day. Great. Okay, number 2 for the don'ts. Don't travel new places alone. Ladies, I'm looking at you, because unfortunately, the world we live in today is a scary place for females. So, especially if you are not aware of where you are in the area, if there's a language barrier, don't go alone, please, I beg of you. God forbid you get lost, you lose something. You don't want to be stuck alone in a place you're not familiar with, especially if the people around you don't speak the same language you do. You just want to make sure you have a buddy at all times. Or if not, look up where you're going, get Google Maps, screenshot where you're going, because just in case your data's spotty or something like that while you're out, you just want to make sure you're prepared and safe. That is all that matters, that you are safe. So if that means tagging along with a buddy, do it. That's my advice. Okay. Number 2 of the do's. Make agenda / things you want to do when you're going to different cities, areas. So Personally, I hate not knowing what I'm doing. That was really hard for me while I was there because a lot of my classmates were kind of go with the flow, and I applaud them for that, but I really couldn't be that way. So if I knew I was going to like Stratford upon Avon or Oxford or whatever, I would usually try to look up things to do in the area a couple nights before we left, just so I have an idea of what to do. I forgot there's a hole in my shirt. Don't mind that. Just like, you know, like activities you want to do, mark it all down and try to get them done while you're there because time flies. So even if, you know, a big group of you wants to do one thing and another group wants to do another, just do whatever your heart desires because, like I said, you don't have that much time, so make the most of it. Number 3 of the don'ts. Avoid your other classmates or be shy to talk to them. So, like I said, I literally had, like, no idea. I wasn't friends, really, with anyone studying abroad with me. I knew a couple people, but I wasn't, like, besties with them. You know, I probably just, like, saw them passing by. I had, like, a couple conversations with them, you know. But, you know, don't be a loner, like, sitting at the end of the table because you're gonna be with these people for 5 months. Like, these are your people. I love, like, what my school did is the day we got in, they had us, like, get to our rooms, unpack, then they had a big lunch where obviously I didn't really know anyone, but that's when they really wanted you to, like, start talking to everybody else, start mingling, sit down and find some people to talk to. So that was really great. Like, right from the start, they had us mingling with each other, which was awesome. So, you know, I feel like something that was really great about my experience, there was only 22 of us studying abroad, which was, like, one of the, like, I think it was one of the smallest semester classes they've ever had there. So it was really great to have a small group to everyone kind of talk to each other. There weren't any cliques or groups, anything like that. We were all friends with each other, which was awesome. So don't be afraid to talk to them because I assure you we are all nervous. We are all shy. This is a big new adventure for every single one of you. So you can bond over that. They're not going to be nasty, or they shouldn't be. I didn't really have any nasty people in mind, but for the most part, you're all feeling those excited, nervous jitters. You're away from home. Everybody's going to bond over that. So don't be afraid to just start up conversation with people and start to form a relationship with your classmates because they're going to be with you those 5 months or however long your program is. 3 on the do. Take pictures and videos. If you guys have been following me on my channel for some time, you know I was vlogging. If I went out to, I vlogged like my first London trip. I filmed my trip in Scotland, all that different stuff because I love using it as a digital journal, not just for my family to see, but for me because one day, hopefully, I will have kids of my own and they can be like, oh, mommy, what did you do in college? And I can pull up those videos and show them exactly what I did, exactly where I went. And our brains are a crazy thing because, you know, I might forget little details that happen and those videos document it all. Those pictures document it all. I'm hoping to scrapbook. I literally like made a folder of all the pictures I want to use and I got postcards at every single place I went to put those in the scrapbook as well. So don't be afraid to look like a tourist. Because I promise you, no one's gonna judge you. Like, that's one thing. They're not gonna judge you. Everyone's doing it. In front of Big Ben. Everyone's posing with Big Ben. Come on. So, don't be afraid to take pictures. Take as many as you want. Because I promise you, someday you'll love looking back at all those memories. Number 4 of the don'ts. This is my personal little anecdote. If, you know, not everyone probably agrees, but I just thought this was important for me. Don't go crazy with trinkets and souvenirs because I know for my ticket I was allowed to have 2 check bags and 1 carry-on plus a personal item. For 5 months, that's really not a lot of room. I know it probably sounds like woo, but it really wasn't a lot of room, especially because where I was a more cool, like, rainy climate, so I had a lot of big sweaters and stuff that take up a lot of space. So buying all those little trinkets and souvenirs definitely doesn't help adding to the suitcase dilemma, because I know a couple of my friends had to buy new suitcases or like pay because their suitcase was too much, like way too much, and I think it was like up to $200 each. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be spending that. So if you can, or even if you buy them and send them back home, I don't want to say to not buy them, but like I guess monitor what you're buying as you go. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, try to be aware of all the stuff you have and make sure it can all fit in your luggage for when you do go back home, so you don't have to spend all those outrageous fees. Number 4 of the do's. Talk to the locals. They live there. They know the area. They probably will have a couple great tips for you. Where I went was like it was a very small village in England, and outside of it was like a boating city kind of area, and some of the locals were very interesting, but they found us interesting with our accents. You're gonna find them interesting. Just, talk to them. They're there. They can probably give you a couple great tips. Number 4 on the do's. Sorry, lying. I'm lying. Don'ts. Number 4, the don'ts. No, it sounds Scottish. Last but not least, for the don'ts. Don't lose touch with your classmates, because you all went through this life-changing experience. Even if you're not talking every day, there will still always be that really tight bond that you guys share. I want to put a picture up on the screen because coming back to the States, it was a group flight. Some people weren't on it because they were traveling to Italy or other places of Europe with their family, but for those of us that did go home on that flight, it was so special because throughout Heathrow, we were making sure everybody was okay. We all sat together, got on the plane, texted each other, "I love you, have a safe flight." When we landed, we all waited for everybody to make sure we got through customs okay. And then after we got through customs, all of our family was waiting for us. And we did kind of break up a little bit to say hello to our family, but before everyone left, we did a big group hug because it was just this understanding that we went through something amazing and incredible together, and that we'll always share love for each other no matter what we do for the rest of our lives. So try not to lose that bond. We have a group chat that we text in every so often. We're going to try to meet up at a fair or something this summer. Hopefully I'll stay in touch with them. And if they do ever have reunions or like alumni retreats or whatever, do it. My school is actually doing a reunion for the study abroad program I did in the fall, and you bet your bottom dollar I will be there because I cannot wait to see those people again. The dean is flying over from England to be there. It's just so amazing. So try not to lose touch with those people, because I had such a big appreciation for them because we did go through something so spectacular together. Like, none of my friends here that haven't experienced the same thing will ever understand what we did, and I just love that I'll always have these 21 people in my life for as long as I hope I can have them. So that's my word of advice. Don't lose touch with them. And last but certainly not least, for the Jews, kind of going along with the classmate situation, so do stay in touch with your classmates while you're going away and while you're there, but try not to let their decisions sway you from what you want to do. So from my personal experience, they weren't allowing us to leave the Great Britain area in the beginning until like towards the end of the semester, and a lot of my friends went to Barcelona. Personally, I was feeling very torn. I really wanted to go, but I didn't want to risk anything because if I got stuck there due to COVID or any other reasons, my grades would be failed and I would flunk that semester, so all my hard work would go down the drain. So that was a situation where I had to put myself first and like not let their decisions sway me from what I wanted to do. I was just happy seeing their pictures on Instagram and hearing their stories when they got back home. That could even apply to like a day trip. If your friends... Actually, here's a perfect example. So the last trip that we did in London, it was when Harry Styles, he had the pop-up shop for his new album, and I really, really wanted to go. It was in Shoreditch, and I had a friend that I was going to go with, but the day of the trip, she got sick, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. If I have to go by myself, I'll just go. So I was fully set on just going by myself, and then my friend Ollie wanted to come with me, so we both went, and that was another situation where people were doing a bunch of different things, but I had to put myself first, and I knew I would feel sad if I missed out on the pop-up. So I didn't let anyone else's decisions affect mine. And that's a great word of advice for any situation, really, but especially if you're studying abroad, because it's hard to get sucked into what other people want to do, and then you're unhappy but I think it's important that you just do whatever you want. There you have it, guys. Those were my 10 do's and don'ts to study abroad. I hope they helped you, or I hope you've related if you ever did go to another country studying abroad for yourself. If you are interested, check out the playlist on my channel, England. I also have a couple vlogs up under Adventures with Lex if you want to check those out. Check out my Instagram down below. I also created a travel Instagram called Adventure with Lex, where I posted a lot of different photo dumps from when I was in the UK. We're going on vacation this weekend, so I'll probably post on there too. We're heading to Vermont, which will be exciting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching if you got this far. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you didn't already. Pretty please. I love you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye! Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. I want to see if that's a good spot for me. Let's see. Push that back.